Hi, I'm Justine and I wanted to make this video to answer some questions for anyone who might be interested in going to art school. So, if that's you, stick around because I went and I graduated in 2007. Yeah, I know it's a really long time ago, and things have changed a lot. And I'm gonna just give you my experience, my review on it, and at the end, I'm gonna give you like the top reasons of why I feel like it's completely irrelevant and unnecessary to invest in traditional art school. So stick around for that and let's dive in. Okay, so first off, let's get focused here. I am 38 years old and I graduated high school in 2003. So in 2003, we did not have, actually the whole time I was at art school, we did not have YouTube and we did not have iPhones. It was a whole different world. And I went in right away, right after high school. I just knew I was going to be an artist, so I figured, well, if I have to go to college, it was encouraged in my family to go to college. It really doesn't seem like there was another option to not go. I wasn't really trained in anything else except I had started face painting as a little kid and built that into a little side business throughout high school. So, I knew how to do that, and I could teach art to kids, so I did do that also. But I guess I wanted more information and education in understanding like technical abilities, right? You might relate to that. You want to learn technical abilities, you want to understand the business of it, you want to understand how to become a fine artist, right? How to become a successful artist that can be a full-time artist and make art and sell it and thrive, not just survive, right? So that was what I was after. And also, I guess my brain wasn't fully developed until way after I graduated, but I did complete art school. I did 4 years at a private art school in Los Angeles, and I really liked it. Like I went to Otis. I went to Otis College of Art and Design, and I really liked the experience of it. I met my best friend, who's still my best friend today, from the first like day or week of our first class there when I was 18. So that was like probably the best part about it. and she graduated too with me, and she's a thriving full-time musician with her own band called Bon Bon Vivant. So you better go check her out. Her name is Abby Cosio Kelly. So go check her out. Anyway, my best friend, full-time artist. I'm a full-time artist, but I will tell you, it wasn't because of what we learned in art school. And I'm not bashing Otis. I love Otis. Like, I love it. I think it was so much fun, and I got to grow up there. It was great. Now, looking back, why did I really want to go there? And why was my heart so set on it? I felt that, in the world at that time, that I needed a degree to prove my professionalism. And I will tell you, I've not used my degree to prove my professionalism for really anything. I usually don't ever talk about it. And I've found that what really counts is how good your art is and how confident you are in it and how you speak about it. These are things that I have developed over time and teach in the Intuitive Artist Initiation program. It's a course I have, and is part of the Intuitive Artist Institute, which I created because I am a more intuitive and spiritual artist. Now, that was not really supported while I was in art school. It was something that was sort of generally like depressed, like pushed down and aside. And it was recommended to me to not talk about the spiritual aspects of my art. And so I didn't. So I put a cap on a huge part of me, like the main part of, what makes me an artist and the incredible spiritual experiences and connection to God I have in my art. So like that just wasn't supported. And another thing I really was trying so hard to get and learn was entrepreneurship as a fine artist. I did major in fine art and painting. And there was so much to the different levels of, like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, like each year got more and more relaxed and spacious, and we had more and more time to just create. So basically, we were paying a lot of money to be able to paint amongst one another and have some feedback from our professors. So it was the community aspect of creating together and getting that feedback that was really key. So actually that's a huge component of what I've integrated into my curriculum and my community in the Intuitive Artist Initiation program and the Institute, and just the pro level of that too. So I basically have like taken my favorite parts of art school and the most meaningful and impactful parts of it, and I've created my own community around it. So basically going back, like each year of art school focused on something different. So in the first year, it's foundation year, and you're focused on learning like foundational things like basic color theory, form and space, life drawing, these like more technical skills. And then later you get the opportunity to choose a major or a point of focus, and you can choose a couple. So I learned the basics and really felt, I love painting. It's always been my thing. So painting is what I chose. Now, the next year, I really honed in on like closing my eyes. Scott Greiger was my professor, and he did this cool exercise, and he was like, okay, you don't know what to paint, just close your eyes and then, like see if you can see anything. And if you see something, just like go and paint it. And that was kind of the second experience I had of doing that. The first being when I was a little kid, I said, Mom, what do I want to paint? What should I paint? She said, let's just turn on the radio and turn it up and see what song comes on, and then paint what you feel from that song. So those were like my first two big experiences of that connected me to my intuition and visual sight and feeling something unseen, but just physically felt, emotionally felt, and then learning how to paint that. And what came through when I did that in the second year of college was these like really creepy, like long gangly creature like things, and I was really drawn to these like burnt umber, like that brown and that cool brown, and a kind of like muddy sky blue. And I think that's interesting to point out because my energy was like so much more murky and dark, and I was struggling so much with some depression too because of stuff that was going on in my family, and my dad was an alcoholic, so it was a constant like stressor. So I think that my emotional state was just a lot darker than it is now. Side note. Okay, so anyway, I was painting intuitively, and that's what was coming through. So fast forward, learning this process and really diving deep into this process over the years and on my own, and through my own healing journey with therapy and EMDR, and my spiritual relationship to the divine source, God, that has, cleaned up my energy so much and made my connection to source like so much more clear and clean and bright and light. I mean, you can feel it, like even just the way my space looks, like my art looks, it's so much lighter and brighter, and it wasn't always like that. So anyway, I think that's an important thing to notice, thinking about your art and just like how you're going to evolve over the years. So if you're right now just like considering what to do, if you should go to art school or not, the biggest thing is like technology has changed so much. Like back then we didn't have YouTube, like I said, we didn't have iPhones. Knowledge was not accessible. Online learning was not a thing, like not even at all. And I think it like just started to come about. YouTube did in my senior year. So I took a video editing class in Final Cut Pro and like kind of learned the basics of it, but didn't really understand how to use it. And really there wasn't much on YouTube to use or watch or anything like that. So right now in 2023, we have like the world at our fingertips. We have so many artists to choose as mentors. That's how I learned tattooing, from mentors, getting like full-on hands-on direct experience from living, working artists like in the field. And that taught me so much. That was so valuable. And so the way I teach now in the Intuitive Arts Institute is mentorship style, like apprenticeship style. So like everything I know and like all the hard stuff I've learned over the years and all the mistakes I've made, like that's how I teach. So I like that style so much more. So if you're like considering going to art school, consider your other options and what's available. Like, do you really want to go into massive debt? Like massive debt that you will have probably like for 20, 30 years, like a house. It's like a mortgage. You're taking out a mortgage loan. Like you don't have to do it. I just want you to know that you don't have to do it. My husband's a financial coach and he's just like, no one needs to go into debt for education. Like you just don't. I really wish I hadn't done it. And I don't suggest you do it, but that's just me. I also want you to know that having a degree and like a diploma or a certificate, it's crap. Like it's crap. Like no one cares. No one's gonna look at it. I remember my dad had he had his plaques and his certificates and diplomas like on the wall, and I think it just like fed his like ego, right? No one saw that. No one saw it. It didn't make him better at his job or not. Having that diploma doesn't make me better than any other artist. Any other self-taught artist can be just as good, probably better, right? Because they started early, developing their confidence and developing their skills no matter what, with no limitations, no questions asked, just fully going for it. That's what I suggest. Find an artist you like and you admire and you want to learn from, and go ask them if they'll mentor you. Find someone who's like living the lifestyle that you are and go and learn from them. It's usually like we're in such an incredible era right now where pretty much everyone's teaching. Pretty much everyone's finding a way to teach. And so if you want to learn something, go to the source and go learn from them. So, okay. Relevancy. Is it relevant anymore? I don't think art school, traditional art school is relevant. But you know what? Like if you want to go take a life drawing class, that's badass. Go to a community college and go take a life drawing class. Or go to one of these like little private pop-up events and go take a life drawing class. That will serve you so well. And you'll have so much more fun doing it. It's just so much better. Okay, so what I found too is that my professors, I became a TA for my life drawing teacher. She was teaching, she taught at my college, but she also taught the exact same class that I took when I was in high school at our community college. She was teaching the same class at both schools. So you are getting the same education if you go and take community college classes to go and learn something like in that classroom setting. Go do it. It's such a better option, and you won't go in massive debt for this, okay? If you have more questions or thoughts are popping up and you want me to go more in depth on any of these subjects, just put a comment below, let me know. I'm going to be talking about this subject more often, so just let me know if I can help with anything. I'm here for you to learn from my mistakes. So you don't have to go into debt, and you can have a better outcome if you're considering art school, and just reach out. Okay, thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, right? Because if you ring that bell, you'll get notified for my live intuitive painting workshops on Mondays, and you'll get that free meditation that I'll post every Monday night too. I think that will really serve you well if you're looking to be an artist. Thank you again, and I hope you have fun creating in every way you do.